The moment my mother announced her birthday plans at our weekly family dinner, I had no idea that within 72 hours I'd permanently sever every tie connecting us. It was Sunday evening at my folks' place. The whole crew gathered around their oak table like we'd done thousands of times before. Me and my daughter Maya, my brother David with his two boys, Ethan and Caleb, Mom and Dad at opposite ends, holding court like always. Mom was buzzing about her upcoming celebration. She does this ritual every year, the big production, the guest list drama, the endless chatter about decorations and catering. For weeks she'd been obsessing over every detail, making sure everyone knew how spectacular it would be. Beamed, turning to David's kids. I picked up matching suits for you both. They're hanging in the guest room. We'll do a fitting after dessert. Ethan was 9, Caleb 7. Their faces exploded with excitement. Seriously, Grandma? Absolutely, Mom replied. You're going to be the handsomest gentleman there. Maya sat beside me, stirring her mashed potatoes. Without eating. He'd been unusually quiet all evening, pushing food around her plate. At 11, she's usually chatty, but tonight something felt off. She lifted her gaze. Grandma, what about me? Is there something special I should wear? Mom kept slicing her roast beef, didn't glance up. Oh, sweet pea, don't you worry about that. Maya's brow creased. Why not? Now Mom looked at her offering. That particular smile, the one that looks gentle from across the room but carries something colder up close. Because you're not on the list this year, honey. We're keeping it intimate, just immediate circle. You could hear the refrigerator humming from the kitchen. Maya blinked rapidly, processing, but Ethan and Caleb are coming. Yes, Mom acknowledged. They are. I'm your granddaughter too, Maya whispered, her voice cracking slightly. I know, sweet pea. But the venue has capacity restrictions, and I've already confirmed the attendee list. It's absolutely nothing personal. I watched my daughter's eyes glisten. Setting down my fork with deliberate slowness, I fixed my gaze on my mother. So David's kids make the cut, but mine doesn't. Said smoothly. This is about numbers, seating arrangements, practical decisions. Practical decisions? I repeated flatly. I glanced at David. He was studying his wine glass like it contained the secrets of the universe. Dad had suddenly become fascinated with the ceiling. Neither spoke. Get your coat, baby. We're leaving. Maya stood on unsteady legs, grabbing her jacket. She walked toward the front door with her head down. Behind us, Mom's voice followed. Sarah, don't overreact. It's one birthday party. I stopped. Turned slowly. It's not about the party. You just told my daughter in front of everyone she loves that she's unworthy of sitting at the same table as her cousins. Well, they got new suits and invitations. That's not what happened, Mom protested. That's exactly what happened. She absorbed every word, so did everyone else at this table. I walked out in the car. Maya wept silently. Those quiet tears that hurt worse than screaming. What did I do to Grandma? Why doesn't she want me there? Nothing, sweetheart. This has zero to do with you and everything to do with her. But the boys get to go. I know. Was I bad? Did I say something wrong? No, you were perfect. You always are. She went straight to her bedroom when we got home, closed the door without a sound. I stood in the hallway listening to nothing, then retreated to my own room and sat on the mattress edge staring at the wall. This pattern had been running for years. The subtle digs, the comparisons, the way my mother always elevated David's children while finding reasons Maya fell short. I'd rationalized it, made excuses. Told Maya that Grandma was tired, stressed, didn't mean it. But tonight the mask slipped completely, and I couldn't pretend anymore. I opened my laptop, started typing. An hour later, I'd written 3 pages. Calm, precise, no accusations, just boundaries. The next morning, I printed the letter, folded it into an envelope, wrapped it in birthday paper, and wrote on the card, to Mom, happy birthday. Love, Sarah and Maya. Then I opened my banking app, canceled the standing transfer I'd been sending my parents every month. $400, for years, because that's what dutiful daughters do. Not anymore. I logged into my phone provider account. My mother had been on my family plan for 6 years, easier and cheaper than her getting separate service. I removed her line, then the credit card website.
Mom was an authorized user on one of my cards. For emergencies only, she'd said.
But over the past year, those emergencies had become weekly. Small charges, nothing massive, but consistent. Revoked her access. By noon, every financial thread between us had been cut. I drove back to my parents' house. David answered the door. Mom's still upset about last night. I'm not here to talk, just dropping off her birthday gift. Handed him the wrapped package. Make sure she opens this at the party, in front of everyone. David frowned at the box. What is it? She'd find out soon enough. I walked away. The party was Saturday. Obviously, we didn't attend. Maya and I baked chocolate chip cookies, binged bad movies, built a fort in the living room. It was genuinely wonderful. My phone started detonating around 7 p.m. Mom calling, ignored. David calling, ignored. Then a flood of texts from David. What did you do? Sarah, call me. Mom is losing her mind. I didn't respond. Another message. She opened your gift at the table. In front of 40 people. Are you insane? I smiled. Exactly the reaction I wanted. The letter I'd written was straightforward. Mom, this is my final communication. You excluded Maya from your celebration while including Ethan and Caleb. You did this publicly, deliberately, in front of our entire family. You wounded my child, and I'm finished pretending otherwise. We will no longer attend family functions. Effective immediately, I've canceled the monthly payments I was sending. You're entirely on your own now? Mom called again, and again. I blocked her. David called from a different number. I answered. Sarah, Mom is devastated. She's been crying for hours. You ruined her party. Good. Maya cried for one night. Now she knows how it feels. She didn't mean to hurt Maya. Yes, she did. Small cuts, little exclusions, constant comparisons. I'm done with that. She wants to apologize. It's too late. Something our own mother forgot how to be. I hung up. 3 days later, a letter arrived in Mom's handwriting. I tossed it unopened. Same destination, the trash. A month passed. David showed up at my doorstep, looking exhausted. Can we discuss this? About what? I asked. About Mom. She's genuinely struggling. While your kids got VIP treatment and you sat there mute. I didn't know what to say. How about this isn't fair? David dropped his gaze. You're right. I should have spoken up. Can we? He had no answer. 6 months later. Parents once, not a single question. With love, Grandma scrawled inside. If that's what you want? Thank you for walking out that night. I pulled her closer. Course, I know it wasn't easy, but it showed me you picked me. My throat tightened. Good. Mom doesn't have my number anymore. Can't call, can't text. Every few months, another envelope arrives. I don't open them. Last Christmas, she sent a card that got returned. I'd moved and didn't forward my address. David and I talk occasionally, carefully. He's apologized properly now. Says he didn't grasp the full picture, was too absorbed in his own life to notice what was happening to mine. I'm cautiously open to rebuilding. Ethan and Caleb ask about Maya sometimes. David tells them we're busy is simpler. She doesn't shrink anymore, doesn't contort herself trying to earn love from people who already decided she wasn't enough. She knows her worth because I showed her by leaving that table. And if this resonated, I'll be here next time.